Hello, this is Shelby at Shelby Shea Stitches, and today we are going to make something I call a cupcake. This is a sleeve, if you will, or a cupcake liner for any of our caked yarns. This one I originally made for a mandala cake right here, but was able to fit a Karen cotton cake, which I've started a project in there, so it's a little, but I was able to fit it over one of these. So you can see that there's a size difference, but I was able to squish and get it on there. This helps keep your caked yarns easily portable. If you want to toss them in your project bag, you know that even as you're working from the center, your yarn's not going to fall apart in your bag. It also provides just a little bit of tension to, again, help keep it from, I know I love those when the tunnels open up as you're working on these, if you're able to sit in one spot and have that. But I'm also the kind of person that I take a project with me wherever I go. This has a strap and a button, and you will twirl it around like so. And that's actually one thing I forgot to grab was a button, honestly, because I hate attaching buttons. But this also helps provide a little bit more tension on the top so that you can easily pull out your yarn. So to get started, what you will need is a small amount of, I use cotton just because it seemed to stretch really well. I have a lot of cotton in my stash from a few years ago that been using up for these cupcake patterns or washcloths. I have used the Karen cotton cakes as well. Those are fantastic for that because it's a nice stretch and it's sturdy. These ones, excuse me, are from, I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby. And this is a great washcloth cotton. It's not as sturdy, but I have a lot of it, so that's what we're going to use. A small amount of cotton yarn. Obviously, you're going to want whatever cake yarn you have, at least for the first time, so you can kind of get a feel for what you're doing. A 4.5 hook. All of my 4.5s have disappeared, so all I have is one of these that is broken. Scissors, a needle to weave in ends. So this is my mandala cake. Set that off to the side for now. And in this video, I will show you how to, if you want to make it bigger or smaller, what the best approach is. Okay, first we're going to start with a magic circle, magic ring. And you're going to 12 double crochet into the center circle. Chain 2 first. Chain 2. 1, 2, 3, this hook is not my favorite to use, so my stitching is not as fast. 4, 5, 6, oops, 6, 7, pull that loop a little tighter, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, pull the center tight, slip stitch to the first double crochet, not to the chain spaces. Sometimes that double crochet is down there a little bit. My chains at the beginning of each round do not count as stitches. Chain 2, 2 double crochet into each stitch around for a total of 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way around. Back around, slip stitch to the first double crochet, and that's the end of round 2. Round 3, chain 2, double crochet into the first stitch, 2 double crochet into the next stitch all the way around. It's 1, 2, 3, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet into the same stitch, or 2 double crochet into the same stitch, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Repeat that all the way around for 36 double crochets. Slip stitch to the first double crochet, chain 2. Round 4, same pattern, we're going to be increasing. Double crochet 1, double crochet 1, 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, all the way around. Four, double, double, 2 doubles, double, double, 2 doubles, all the way around for 48 stitches. Slip stitch to the first double crochet, chain 2. Round 5 is where we are going to start doing our V-stitches. But first I wanted to show you what this looks like matched up to the yarn. So as you can see, we've got this aqua color and then it fades to purple. This base does not go the same size as the bottom of the cake. That way it has a nice, it will stretch and it keeps it nice and snug inside the cupcake. If you would like, or inside the cupcake. If you would like to do this for something larger, say a Karen cotton cake, you could go for another round or two following the same increasing pattern. You do not want it to go all the way to this edge. You want it to come, I would probably only do one more round of repeats, or one more round of increase for a Karen cotton cake. But as you saw, my other one, it took some squishing and some snugging, but I got it in there just fine. And I had to take off the wrapper for it. Okay, so to continue on, and if you have a cake that's smaller that you want to make a cupcake for, you can stop at different rounds as well. Just make sure that the base of your cupcake is smaller than the base, than the size of your cake. Now we are going to do V-stitches. V-stitch is all worked into the same stitch. It is double crochet, chain one, double crochet into the same stitch. This provides a nice fluffy fabric, or a nice stretchy fabric, which accommodates different size cakes. And I was wrong about the chain two. You're only going to chain one, single crochet, chain one. And we're going to do the V-stitch, double crochet, chain one, double crochet into that same stitch you just did. Show that one more time. And this just gives it a cleaner look. Doesn't show off a join as much. That's why I do a single crochet into that first stitch, chain one, V-stitch, which is double, chain one, double into the same space. And it creates, oh, that white's really glaring. It creates a nice little V shape when we start going around. We will have 16 V-stitches when we're done. And we will be skipping 2 double crochet, 1, 2, V-stitch into the next stitch, double crochet, chain one, double crochet, skip 2 stitches, V-stitch, double crochet, chain one, double crochet into the same space. Skip 2, V-stitch all the way around. At this point, we are no longer increasing, so we will start having a bowl shape. It will no longer lay flat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 V-stitches. Slip stitch to the first double crochet of your V-stitch, slip stitch to the first double crochet, slip stitch to the chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet, or nope, chain 1 single crochet into the same space, chain 1, and V-stitch in the chain 1 space. And you will V-stitch in each chain 1 space all the way around. To the first double crochet, slip stitch to the next chain 1 space, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, V-stitch into that chain 1 space. Here is our little cupcake, and these will stretch. If you find your tension is really tight, and see how I'm getting, go ahead and go up a hook size. I will add a gauge swatch to the description on what size it will be after 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. But it does stretch over time. So if it's a little bit small right now, that's okay. So we are going to continue this. This was round 5, round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hold on. We're going to continue this for a total of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 V-stitch rounds, which will bring you to round 11. Okay, I've got my base rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds of V-stitches. And we're ready to almost finish it all up. The next step is we are going to chain 1 and half double crochet in each stitch around. Chain 1, half double crochet in the double crochet, half double crochet in the chain 1 space, half double crochet in the double crochet, all the way around for a total of 48 half double crochets. Again, it's half double crochet into the double crochet, half double crochet into the chain 1 space, half double crochet in the next double crochet, all the way around. Okay, the end of round 12, slip stitch to the first half double crochet. Come on. Chain 1. And now we're going to single crochet in the third loop around for 48 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, slip stitch to the first single crochet, and now we are going to make the strap that goes across. For this, I do foundation single crochet 15 stitches. If this is a new stitch, there are a lot of other tutorials out there. I will do my best. How I do it for this one is chain 1, insert hook into that same stitch that you joined. So you have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That is your first foundation single crochet. Now we're going to work back here. Let's see if you can see that. Into the base of the single crochet you just made. Pull up 1 loop. Yarn over, or not yarn over. Pull through 1 loop. Pull through 2 loops. And that just made your second single crochet. I don't know if I can get that to focus better. So now we have 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. So again, this is the top of your stitch down here. So you go to the opposite side, get through both of those stitches, pull through 1 loop, pull through 2. We're going to do that 15 times. So go into the base, pull up, 1, 2. Go into the base, pull up 1, pull up 1, 2. Go into the base. It's adding 1 extra step to that single crochet. Almost like an extended double crochet. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. My turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Now you're going to cut off. Leave a little bit of a tail because that's what you'll use to wrap. Pull the yarn, so you've got your loop here. Pull the tail through the loop so that it secures that end. You'll go in and you'll weave in your stitches down here. Make sure that this is pulled nice and tight. There we go. It's a lot of times I don't weave in my ends because it's my least favorite part. But if you don't weave in this one, it will get pulled up into your active yarn and tangle. And it's not the end of the world, but it is obnoxious to have to try to untangle while also getting to that stitch. So these are my favorite hooks. I don't even know, or needles, I don't even know if they make them anymore, but they're nice and pointy, and it has an angle to it, so it's easier just to kind of jam it in there. So I go around my magic loop. I do this for blankets, going around it a couple times. Then I go back the opposite direction. And these are for your personal use. So it's, if it falls apart, you should know how to fix it, or you know how to make another one. This one with the tutorial took me about an hour. And if I were able to sit, I could probably make one in 30 minutes. And I bet there's a lot of other great uses for these. And then I just bring it back up into, it doesn't need to look pretty because it's going to be on the bottom of your work. And if you were to attach a button, where I attach my button is I fold my cupcake in half, where the tail or this strap is in the middle, and I would come over here and I would attach the button somewhere in the top 3 rounds. I'm not going to attach a button because I don't like doing it. So I'll show you how I get my cupcake on. Turn it inside out. Put your hand inside like a puppet. Take your cake and palm it as best you can. And you can take off the wrapper. Pull from the top down. This part isn't going to look pretty, but it doesn't need to because it will be all contained in the cake. And then I just kind of push. At the same time I'm pushing the cake in, I'm pulling it up on the sides, just like that. And when I don't have a button, I take my hook into one of the V-stitches across. I'm sure you can do it without having to use the hook. I'm kind of lazy about it. And you can either do a little bow here, something that's temporary because you're going to use these over and over again, but something that just keeps that strap down and in place. And there is your cupcake. And again, because it's got such a good stretch, I could probably easily fit the Karen cakes inside of here as well. Maybe not the big cakes, but I could definitely fit this gray cake I've got sitting over here. And I can show you guys how I do that. So take off this is a Karen cake in Silver Cloud, which I plan to make a video with trivets with the X stitch with this and my blue, but I don't know where, oh, my blue's over there. Okay, so again, turn it inside out, palm the bottom of the cake. This one's a little bit, you gotta spin it around like so, get the base of it on, flip it over, and now I'm pushing down with one hand while I'm pulling up the top of the other. Push, pull, 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 push and pull. I've seen these also called yarn hugs when they've been made with fabric. I haven't seen too many made with scraps of yarn. There you go. Same thing, pull it over here, tuck it in, make a little, maybe this tail could have been a little longer for the slip stitch, or not slip stitch, slip knot maybe? I don't know my knots, so I don't know what that's called, but it's a little loop right there that you can pull to untie it. And there you go. That fit the Karen cake just fine. Hope you had fun. And if you've watched this entire video, go ahead and use Cupcake YouTube coupon code in my Ravelry store, and you can get this pattern, the ad-free printable pattern, for half off, which will also include step-by-step round pictures, the text, and the link to this video. Thank you.